Next up, at UFC Vegas 73, we have former bodybuilder Chase Hooper taking on Nick Fiore. Chase Hooper 11-3, overall 2-3 in his last 5. He is coming off that TKO loss to Steve Garcia. He's taking on Nick Fiore, 6-1 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off a short notice loss in his UFC debut. This is one of the more polarizing fights on the card. Chase Hooper, in a lot of people's minds, is either a phenomenal BJJ guy or just an absolute dweeb that doesn't belong in the cage. Frankly, I think he falls somewhere in the middle because he does have wins in the UFC. He has shown us that he can get a win
like Ryan Hall
over an actual adult MMA fighter in the largest organization in the world. All right, Chase Hooper is not over at this point. He's also shown us that he's pretty tough outside of his last fight. He's gone in there. He's taken some beatings. He's continued to come forward, stuff like that. But while that remains true, it also remains true that he's a straight up BJJ nerd. Like he's just a skinny little dweeb with no real power. He has a knockout on his record. That doesn't matter. Just ignore the hell out of that. And sorry, Josh just texted us and it threw me off. Josh, if you're watching this, you know I cannot multitask. Is a text about the stream? Is there an issue with the stream?
It's so bad.
Okay. Anyway, that's Chase Hooper. He's taking on Nick Fiore. Nick Fiore is a solid grappler. He is a BJJ black belt. So he already is coming in here with the exact same strengths as Chase Hooper. But Nick Fiore is a little more willing to bang, a little more willing to exchange, super tough guy. He's got a real nice step-in jab. And he's not a striker by trade, but he's very accurate and has solid pressure. If you remember, he's coming off that loss in his short notice UFC debut to Mateusz Rebecki, but he didn't look that miserable in that fight considering what those circumstances were. I mentioned this in my quick picks, but I'll do it again here. When I'm able to watch the fights, right? I got little kids, depending on start times and all that. I can't always watch every single fight live.
Casual.
When I am able to watch, which is such a stupid insult that the internet loves. It's so fucking stupid.
Well, it just pissed you off, so it does its job.
I'm not built for the internet. That's the problem. Anyway, when I'm able to watch the fight, I take notes. Like on my laptop, I'll take notes because I want to write down exactly what I was thinking in that moment. Would you like to hear my notes for Chase Hooper in his last fight?
If we must.
Absolute clueless pussy on his feet. Those are my notes in his last fight. And then my notes for Nick Fiore in his last fight were accurate with his strikes, had issues with Rebecki's forward pressure and power, came out composed in the second, and actually got a takedown very tough. So we got two ways to look at this. Either, wow, Nick Fiore looked really tough in a loss in a short notice UFC debut. He's also a BJJ black belt. He should beat Chase Hooper. Or, hey, listen, Chase Hooper's the one with the UFC experience. Chase Hooper is a very good grappler. And if they go grapple for grapple, Chase Hooper's going to be the better one here. And Chase Hooper has this experience, and he's knocked somebody out in the UFC. So for all intents and purposes, I can't pick Chase Hooper to win because, as I noted, absolute clueless pussy on the feet. But he should win this fight. I do have a little bit of a safety net bet. We'll talk about that in a minute. What do you think, Jakey?
Who was your pick?
My pick is Nick Fiore, but I wouldn't bet Nick Fiore in this fight.
Okay. Yeah, I have no argument if people want to argue either side on this one. I mean, we'll see how you want to see how someone's going to look on the scale. I mean, Chase Hooper could come in and look absolutely destroyed and ripped. 155 Chase Hooper, his debut at lightweight. So we'll see how that does affect him, and maybe he's able to have a little bit more power and control in there in the grappling exchanges. The issue I have the most, I think, with Chase, with his grappling, is especially when he's kind of defensive grappling, when he's not in complete control of the grappling, and against a guy like Nick on the ground, it feels like it's going to be pretty 50-50. He's one of those leg lock guys, and I can't stand the guys that are always going for leg locks because I'm not sure why that was funny.
Brian Hall's a leg lock guy.
Ryan Hall completely mounted and dominated Derek Minner in his last fight. I mean, completely controlled him. Almost had arm triangle, was completely mounted. I don't want to leg lock. I mean, what are you talking about?
You're right. He sucks at leg locks.
Right. So that is the one thing, because this could be 50-50 on the ground. And if you're the guy going for the leg locks visually to a judge and the other person's on top kind of scrambling out of those positions, it's just not a good look. And this could easily go to a decision because these guys are so evenly matched. Nick does hold the striking advantage. I mean, he knows how to throw a nice combination. He knows how to box. He knows how to stay safe. It's not the prettiest thing or anything, but it should be more than enough to get the job done against Chase. The issue for me is, it just feels like everyone is just giving up on Chase. You mentioned he's not a bum. He's gotten wins. He's shown what he can do in there, and he is absolutely tough as shit. That kid is no quit. Even when he was getting the shit beat out of him in the last fight, he was no quit, trying to do weird shit, throwing spinning backflips, whatever it is. So if this comes down to toughness, no offense to Nick, I think I'd take Chase randomly 9 out of 10 times. And I think this fight could easily come down to just kind of toughness and something weird happening. And, I think my pick is actually Nick, but I think I'm changing it to Chase.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So I teased the bet here. The bet that I do have is inside the distance decision, no action on Chase. I had that in his last fight, and he got finished because absolute clueless pussy on his feet.
Well, Steve Garcia is one of those guys he's going to fly forward. He doesn't care. I mean, he saw that in the last fight too, and that's a tough guy for Chase to fight. Nick at least will take his time. He'll give Chase some space,
And that's why I don't win or lose. I don't see Chase Hooper getting finished here, right? I guess only lose. If he loses, he's not going to get submitted, right? He's too good on the ground to get submitted. Nick Fiore, while accurate with his strikes, doesn't really possess that power. So I think, and Chase Hooper has shown us that he is tough, right? Like outside of his last fight where he was an absolute clueless.
But he was tough in that too. I mean, he was tough. He was getting rocked and he kept swinging.
Clueless. Yeah. So I think he absolutely survives. I got that inside the distance decision, no action bet. Did I get it at plus money? I'm forgetting my odds right now.
No.
Then it was minus 150, I believe.
No.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
It's minus 110. I mean, I'm telling you exactly.
Oh, okay. Even better.
Jesus.
Right, thank you. Well, you said
shut the fuck up. What a joke. That told me the fame going to the head on this guy. We see it growing.
I'm trying to walk the dog before, and it's like, Jesus, just leave me alone.
Paparazzi.
You know who's
have you met anyone else famous yet? Tell us a story.
Never. You know what's
you haven't been to one of those parties on an island somewhere?
Not yet. You know who Andrew Dice Clay is?
Not yet, huh?
You
kind of went over your head, didn't it? That one kind of went over your head.
Yeah. Do you know who Andrew Dice Clay is?
No. Is that
the
your
Dice
agent?
Man? Oh man, I wish. Anyway, he famous comedian in the 80s, was like selling out arenas. He was huge. He has this his TikTok is just him going up to strangers being like, "All right, you want to pick? All right, I'll take a pic."
Is that the old guy with the glasses?
Yeah. But he's
where he's like, oh, I don't. I guess if you want a picture, we can take a picture. We'll take a picture. Okay, I didn't expect, but we can take it. And they're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
They have no idea.
You want the picture?
Every now and then he'll get somebody like Dice, and they'll know who he is. But anyway, that's gonna be me. All right, guys. All right, fine. I'll take just some kids on bikes. I'll take the picture.
Always with the kids with you, huh?
It is a little odd. If you want to see that Chase Hooper bet that I just gave you for free anyway, just go to wheelmanpicks.com, click become a member. It's $10 a month. You would have saw that bet the minute I placed it.
Please become a member. Fuck.
Yeah, I'll stop talking about it. We're over 2,000. So once we get to 5,000, I'll stop.
If you're not a member, just fucking do it, please.
Just for the support, honestly. You need to fund my trip to Hollywood. We're doing it. DraftKings 7,900 on Chase or no?
Yeah, I'm so confident.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a finish either way in this fight, frankly, because they're both very good grapplers. That's both their strength. Neither one of them are very good strikers, so there's probably not a finish here at all. Nick Fiore showed us how tough he is. Chase Hooper has showed us how tough he can be. I don't know what I'm going to do in DraftKings here, but I'll probably leave these guys off it. Although Chase it is appealing in the sevens there, but without a finish, I don't see much going on. So I'm probably going to leave that alone.
Cool.
We have a super chat from Quint a little while ago. $5 says, good evening. He yelled it at us. I'm late. Whoops. Was watching Hall versus Love.
Speak of the devil.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Quint.
You gonna wish him happy birthday?
Happy birthday. $2 from Quint. I love Ryan Hall. Thank you again. And $1.99 from Sam Pierce. Will Chase accept or defend takedowns? Ooh, an actual pertinent question.
Did you get the other Sam Pierce one? I think you missed the big one.
Maybe there's one after that. No, I must have missed it. Hold on, keep going. Anyway, hold on, I'm going. There's not another Sam. Oh, there it is. I think Chase defends takedowns. He doesn't like to grapple off his back. What do you think, Jakey boy? I've seen him defend takedowns as well.
It depends on how the fight's going. I mean, if it's early in the fight, he hasn't been hit in the face, he'll probably just defend or try to reverse it, or maybe like try to jump on the dude's back or do something weird that Chase would do. But if he's getting hit in the face, he's probably going to try and just go for a heel. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter.
That is possible. The other one from Sam Pierce, $4.99, up $1,300 from last week. Thank you, these two looking dummy thick. And the We Want Picks Premium. Thank you so much. Moving boxes all week.
You really are feeling good about yourself, huh? Throwing that arm. You're glowing a little bit. Look at this. Has a smile left your face at all today?
No, but I just love life. It's really more just,
because if that was me,
you'd be unbearable.
Could you imagine?
You'd be unbearable.
You would never fucking see me again. I mean, there's no chance. You would never. I would be long gone. I'd be arriving in LA right about now, ready to go, baby.
You really would
be.
Career. You really would be
this me and Mitch, baby.
Who's Mitch?
Who's Mitch? That's our Twitter guy, isn't it, Mitch?
Oh, yeah.
It's one of our big winners.
$12,000 no, $2,000.